The Daily Purge. How you doing today? Man, another late one, 21:24 Central European Time. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen, it is late. Kitties are here, ready to lay down and getting ready to rock and roll here. I have another call after this, but the kitties are sleeping. You want to show your gingerbread? What? Your gingerbread? What is it? Show it to them. Gingerbread and reindeer. There you go. The gingerbread reindeer. Daddy made those. Did I make it?
No.
I didn't make it exactly. Yeah, today it's Friday. Oh my God, you're so grown up. You are a little crazy girl. I love you, boo boo. Yeah, my goodness. You're funny. So I want to talk about the 5 minds today. The 5 minds. Yeah, that's what I want to talk about today. The 5 minds. It's funny when you think about it. Everyone knows. Hey, Chris, how you doing? Hey, Yonit, hello. When you think about it, you don't have to look to the microphone. The 5 minds. I've talked about this before, but I'm just really into this right now, and I want to discuss it again. The 5 minds. So you have 5 minds. You have the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, your parenting mind, your inner child mind, and your ego mind. Right. So it's 5 minds. The only mind that makes a decision is your conscious mind. Your subconscious
mind always.
Yes, the conscious mind, subconscious mind collects all of its input from the 3 other minds, which is your parenting mind, which is your parents when you were 6 years old, and they're for critic, right, Chris, and they're there to judge you, right? Then you have your inner child. That's all fear, 100% pure fear. Then you have your ego, right, and that's of course anything from left to right, up front and center, anything that's emotional, out of control, and jealousy, and hate and urge and all that kind of stuff. And so every time you are confronted with a situation in life that one of those 3 minds remembers, it feeds directly to the subconscious. And your subconscious then feeds your conscious mind, and your conscious mind makes decisions based on those past experiences. That's the 5 minds. Isn't that crazy when you think about that? Yes, love. Yeah, it's all right. I'll blow it off later. It's all right. All right. And when you realize this, then you say, okay, so if my judgment mind is my parents, right, and my fear mind is my inner child, and my ego mind is, let's call him Freddy Krueger, right? How do I deal with them so that they don't influence my my subconscious mind to cause my conscious mind to make a decision that I don't want to make? And these decisions are every day. Like, instead of, something happens, you immediately have fear because that's it's based on the past. So how do you get around that? How do you make sure you don't have fear? How do you make sure you're not being judged, you don't feel judgment? How do you make sure that your ego isn't acting out? And I talked about this yesterday, how I see how I work in business and how I work in my private life, and it's 2 different things, unfortunately, to a small degree, to a very, very fine degree. But that fine degree is one thing that I don't do in my private life that I do in my business life, and that is I do what I must, right? And I don't have that issue in my mind, because whatever happens in business is always new. I knew every single day there's a way for me to make it better. Every single day there's a way for me to solve a problem. But in private life, it's a little different, isn't it? Because we get used to the things like, oh, if I say this, then that's going to happen. If I do this, then that's going to happen. And we're doing the same thing. We're falling back into that trap, right? Hey, Enrique, how you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Awesome. Always a pleasure to see you, my friend. And so we fall into that trap really quick in relationships. But in business, a lot of us don't fall into that trap because business is new every day. Business can be new every day. And when you do find yourself falling in that trap in business, it's easy to get out of it because hey, Chris, give yourself, it's easy to get out of that trap because you don't have any emotion attached to it, right? So no love or anything. When it's in the, hey, Antonia, how you doing, Antonio? Colorado. I'll be there next month. So, Colorado Springs. But when you're in your relationship and you say, okay, my ego's taken over here, it's hard to shut that off because you're in such an emotional state, right? So when you realize this and you start working with parts of your subconscious in order to program the parts of your 3 minds to program your subconscious, so your conscious mind can make the decisions that it needs to make, then it's pretty freaking exciting. I just lost a bunch of people. I got a little bit, hey, Adam, how you doing? I guess I got a little bit technical here for you guys. Anyway, so if I think about it, right? If I can get the ego mind not to be egotistical, if I can get the child's mind, the inner child's mind not to be fearful, and I can get the parent's mind not to be judgmental, what would my subconscious look like? And in turn, what would my conscious decisions look like? And my example is my business. That's pretty much how I have my business. Now, my big test now is to get that way in my personal life. It's huge. It's massive. It's massive because it takes a whole different set of skills to master that way of thinking and operating. It's the humble alpha way. It is. And looking at your life as a whole is the way we should look at our life, because it's only one. We're only one person. We've always said that. But I found out after so many years that I actually wasn't operating the same in private and personal. Okay, I'm the same person. You wouldn't see. I wouldn't. If I was in the office or at home, I'd be the same person. If I'm out and about, it doesn't matter where I am. I'm the same person. But how I make decisions and how I act and proact is different, and that's what surprised the heck out of me. And I only found that out because I came into a very soul-crushing personal situation, and I picked up some coaches, a lot of coaches, until I found the right coaches. And now I'm going through this process, and man, I'll tell you what, it's growth like I've never had, clarity like I've never had. It is incredible. I mean, if you guys don't have coaches out there, then you're not great for sales, Stephen, to know your minds. Yes, indeed. It's if you don't have coaches, you're missing out. I mean, I've always had coaches and mentors, but it was always for personal development, getting better in business. But this is for personal life, completely different world. And holy cow, there's some coaches out there that blow your mind. There's also a bunch of garbage out there. Everybody is a relationship expert. Yes, love.
Coach what?
What?
Coach what?
Coach.
What?
Coach. Just coach. Yeah. You want to coach too, or what? You want to coach? Baby coach? You want a kid coach? Kid coach? No? Okay. Yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to stop in and say that today. I hope you're doing fantastic. And you're having a great, wonderful evening. Everyone have a good one. And remember what we always say, it's all about
quality of life.
Oh, you guys didn't even yell. All right. It's all about
Quality of life.
There we go. All right. See you guys. See you tomorrow. No, tomorrow's Saturday. I won't see you. See you on Monday. Great weekend.